I never saw this land when it was green, before the drought came. My father did, even as the fights over water first divided states. He always believed in the land.
When you watch this film, it's so clear that you drew inspiration from a lot of literature and films that came before it. And I know you were inspired by a few articles as well, and S.E. Hinton books, which I think is so interesting. So I was wondering if you could both talk a little bit about where you drew your inspiration for your role, and of course with the writing and directing.
Yeah, well, everything you just said are right on the money. I mean, the S.E. Hinton books probably first. And then I was saying earlier, the love story between the father and the son was something I really wanted to do. There's a lot of my dad in the Mike Shannon character, and so I wanted to sort of, do that story a little bit.
For me, what inspired me and intrigued me was that which you created from what inspired and intrigued you. So it kind of had a domino effect on me, and it was something to me that was extremely, as you said, rare and different and genuine, and that's something I always looked for in new roles.
And what I love especially about this film is the opening sequence. I think you have a difficult task there because not only are you pulling in the audience very effectively, but also you're establishing this world and these characters.
Yeah, I think for me, I sort of don't totally want you to know what's going on, that there's almost a version of, are these people that we ultimately learn are stealing from them? Are they our main characters? Are they to try to do something that was a little bit off balance, and then introduce these two people that have a connection to each other, and then sort of misdirect it to the punctuation of the scene, which is in fact their father and son.
And I think from an acting point of view, I see each character as it's simply a soul that's brought into whatever the environment is around them, and the elements of the environment will create the ego for that character. And the self that this character was something extremely rare and different to me, but you had to obviously believe that he was brought up in that world. And so I think it's simply committing to believing that world you're in is this. It's normal. It's nothing different.
And a post-apocalyptic world, which is such a common theme on film. A lot of people have pointed out, Kodi, that you've starred in a couple of those already.
Yes. I would like to say one thing. I guess to me it is not post-apocalyptic, in fact, at all. This isn't an event that is destroyed sort of the entire world around it, and it's also not something that we're attributing to a nuclear holocaust, an unnamed event that we've titled something that's sort of living behind the curtain. We're living in a drought, and we get an inkling that it's somewhat man-made by, as we know, climate change is affected by sort of the way mankind lives and those sorts of things. But then beyond that is the political implications of all of those sort of water rights issues. So to me, it's when I say Western, the Western tropes deal with lots of stories like this, and lots of them very specifically to water, in fact. So to me, it's not post-apocalyptic at all. It has these futuristic elements or alternate reality. Yeah, I guess it possibly, but I guess to me it would be more, there's a tragic element to it and a classical element to it more than
I guess a lot more disturbing actually than some, maybe like an ape invasion.
Absolutely. I mean, there's
like
an ape invasion, and then there's the road, which is literally the end of the world. But this is something in front of us that could actually be happening and is happening now, simply in the world that he created.
Yes,
and we're so used to this, and we're so blind to it. But when you put it into another world and a little bit more catastrophic, you see how real it is.
It feels very Grapes of Wrath a lot of the time, which of course is at this point in our history very easy to connect with.
Yeah.
You blame me.
Damn right I blame you. That lamb was all we had.
I'd like to talk to you about an offer.
The deal is done.
This piece of land can be more than a symbol. It could flourish once again.
Kids know what you did. I don't want any more lies.
What else is going on? I'm just asking.